You kind of are a little bit of like a hopeless romantic.
Oh, yeah.
What's your fatal flaw in relationships?
My fatal flaw is, one of them is like I get really excited early on and I always say what I'm feeling and thinking in the moment. So sometimes it might be like, this could be it. You could be the one, like this could be this crazy thing. I get really excited. And then when reality sets in, or I see like things that I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's not something I'd want in a person that I'd want to be with the rest of my life, then I run. And
You
now
get scared or get freaked out or
the
like
ick,
Yeah.
as the kids say. But I feel like where I'm at now is like, what if you find that person, you're like, oh my gosh, okay, like you're everything I want. And like, what if I'm just going to choose you no matter what?
Yeah.
Like, then what? And that's kind of, that's the maturity I want to step into. Like,
Well, that's the scariest thing about deciding to love someone forever.
you know everything about this person, you know?
Yeah, but there's a lot of kind of really beautiful relationship talk on this album. I don't know. I think it makes me curious about why you seem like the kind of guy who's willing to share more about or sing about relationships and heartbreak in a way that most country dudes aren't.
Totally. I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
I'm really vulnerable. And that's the thing, But it's like tough boy love songs or something. Because it's still like, it's not like just like, but it's like, I don't know, it feels like, it's still honest. It's still, masculine, I guess you could say. But it's just, I want to talk about those topics because I think guys are sensitive, man. Like guys are so sensitive. We don't act like it, but we're probably more sensitive in some ways,
Wait, what do you mean?
Guys are sensitive. We are. We're really good at like, we know how to like act like we're not.
Okay.
Like that's our whole thing. It's like, we don't want to show that. We just, for some reason, we want to because we're afraid that if you see us in a light that's weak, or like too sensitive, then you're not going to be as attracted to us because we're supposed to be protectors and like tough and strong. So we're afraid that if you see that we're actually little babies and we're crying in our car by ourselves listening to these songs, you know what I mean? Like that you're going to think that we're weak. And we don't want to be seen as weak to you. We want to be seen as strong and, we can take care of you,
That's the scary thing about being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the title track, California Gold.
That was the last song we wrote.
Okay.
It was the last song we wrote. And it was like we were me and Ashley Gorley and John Byron and Lindsey Rhymes. We were walking out of the writing room and we're like, oh crap, we didn't write the title track. Like we forgot to write California Gold. How did we do this? Like,
wait, what?
We didn't write it yet. I had the title of the album, but we didn't have the song.
Okay, so you go in with like an assignment.
We wrote Perfect.
Okay.
And we wrote trying to think what else we wrote that day.
Did y'all write Fix What You Didn't Break?
We wrote Fix What You Didn't Break and Want Me Back. Those are the last songs we wrote. So anyways, we're sitting there and we're like, well, let's just try. Let's just bust it out. So we started talking about things I grew up with. So like there's Easter eggs in there. Honey Run River was the river in Paradise, Chico, that we would jump in and hang out at.
Fun.
I smoked Prime Times. They're these little like flavored little miniature cigars, like black cherry and all that stuff. And then Paradise obviously talks about, but yeah, a lot of Easter eggs in that song.
Do you kind of fantasize about going home? Like, do you see yourself going back home to California and back to Paradise? Like,
maybe.
Or is it?
Maybe.
Is that the first chapter? And this is, I don't know. I was kind of wondering if there's like a longing for that place.
There's a longing for roots. I just bought a house.
You did? Congrats.
In the area, yeah. So I just got a house. I'm so excited, and it's there's some nice like trees there and stuff like that. And it just reminds me of Paradise a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I mean, I think I long for roots.
That's well said.
Because I lost those, when Paradise happened, and I've never owned a home before, and this is the first time in my life that I'm actually like putting a flag down and going like, this is home. Like, oh my gosh, it's a big deal. Like, so I think I'm in a good spot right now for that.
Okay, let's talk about Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Did y'all meet? I don't know the timeline. Did y'all meet ahead of the ACM performance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Set the scene. Tell me about y'all's friendship.
She texted me. So I gave Chief and Simon, my managers, I said, hey, just if she ever wants to reach out, because we were already talking about working together through management, that kind of thing. So she texted me and we just started normal conversations. She's talking about her truck she's got and all this kind of cool stuff. And it was just I'm just like tripping out. I'm like, that's Avril Lavigne. Oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of got some cojones, and I was in LA and I had this performance thing. And I was like, I just texted her. I was like, hey, I'd love to meet you. You want to grab a drink? And she's like, yeah, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh, perfect. So she came to this hotel that I was staying at. And I honestly was so nervous. I was extremely nervous, you know, and I was probably uncomfortable for about an hour. So we had alcohol.
Wait, because of your nerves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was just kind of like first of all, like you're a new person I don't know, and we're having to like have a one-on-one conversation. You're also Avril Lavigne. Third, you're Avril Lavigne. Fourth, no. But she was just really down to earth, and I started feeling a little bit better from the alcohol. That kind of helped. And then it was like she's like, let's go somewhere else. I'm like, sure. So we went somewhere else, and then like the night just got crazy. And then we were like, you know, sitting in the back of her truck while her friend's driving, and then we're getting recorded by TMZ, and all this stuff started happening. And
Whoa.
We got paparazzi chasing us. Like it was kind of an insane thing.
First time that had happened for you?
Yeah,
or okay.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It never happened before. So. It wasn't planned though. It just kind of happened that night.
It's fun.
And I just thought she was a cool friend, just
Yeah.
really cool and just a dope girl, and just have stayed in touch. We text all the time, and she'll FaceTime me randomly, and
That's so
cute. Yeah.
Were you like listening to her? How old were you in like '02 when like she was first coming?
I would have been
on the
like
scene?
in like junior high, or no, sorry. I would have been 11th grade.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what you're listening to in high school is, I think, such a big part of like that, especially for someone who's about to become an artist.
Yeah.
Like, was her music shaping what you were thinking about, or how were you interacting with?
With her music, songs like "I'm with You,"
Mm-hmm.
that is my ultimate favorite Avril song and stuff. I loved the soreness of the melodies. I love the epicness of the song and just how big it sounded, almost cinematic. And that
Yes.
has definitely influenced my music in a lot of ways.
That's
and
cool.
so we got the song "Can You Die from a Broken Heart" on this album, and I don't ever want to say that it's 2.0 of "I'm with You" because that song's just so special and everything, but it's certainly a nod. And it definitely has those melodies. When you hear it, you go, "That's the Avril I've missed. That's the Avril I wanted to hear." This song was designed for her.
It's crazy. Y'all both sound insane on this song. Is so
It's insane.
rangy. She is like, her ability to sing up the octave from
yes,
you
it's so high. It's
is
so high.
so crazy.
She's a crazy singer, like genuinely crazy, like so good.
What do you think like the biggest outlier on this project is?
I mean, I like it. It's an EDM song straight up. I mean, the rest of the, with the lesso, like hello. I think that's definitely an outlier.
I like that it somehow fits into your person. Like, you are a high energy guy.
Yes.
Like, you're not boring. Is this a clue to like what like Nate Smith into club is like? Are you like dancing, moving, being crazy?
Kelleigh,
Are you...
I listen to like the truth is probably like 75% EDM music.
You do?
Yeah, because for a couple of reasons. Like the melodies are incredible.
Yeah.
The vocal melodies, the music feels good, and it's pretty metal. Like it really hypes me up before shows and stuff. So I'm a big John Summit guy. I'm a big like Jaws, Rez, obviously Alesso,
See, I really like this because I think I think that the way that we actually listen to music is so much less divided by genre, and so much more based on just like, how do I want to feel right now? Or what do I need to get me in the mood to do this thing? Or like, I need to take a deep breath and go for a walk, and what's that vibe? Or like, I want to hype up for a show, and what's that vibe? Or like, I'm in a bad, like that.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm going to turn on country now,
Yeah, no. Yeah. I just got to be in the mindset for it,
Yeah.
and stuff like that,
Yeah.
But it's almost like, what's the theme song for this moment?
What's the theme song for this moment?
Yeah. Like when I listen to music, I want to be completely in it. And I almost don't want anything to like disrupt that moment. I'm trying to like have a moment with it and stuff like that. So I literally just like get lost in songs. That's what I do. I want to be lost in the rhythm of it. I want to be lost in the melodies and the lyrics and just kind of feel it. I don't know.
Do you have an early memory of that happening to you as a kid, or like when you were starting to figure out that you were a singer?
Yeah, the first artists I ever really remember hearing was Michael Jackson, Garth Brooks, Elvis. Those are like when I was really, really little, and a lot of classical music. The Nutcracker album was incredible to me. And I loved dun, 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 dun. I'm like, that's so catchy.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm learning like great melodies at a young age. My mom played it all the time. So like that was teaching me melodies and structure of melodies. I didn't realize it was like indoctrinating my brain to like learn how to.
Was your mom like a musician or a piano
No,
teacher? Or she's just playing it in the house.
She's playing it in the house. Yeah, just on like a CD or whatever.
Yeah.
But all that was kind of like sort of creating this like understanding of how songs are supposed to sound.
What do you want when you're walking into the room to set you up to write something that feels magic?
So I got to have a lot of freedom in the room. And I think for me, it's like the music is the first thing I need to feel the music first. So like if something comes in a room and they give me a bunch of titles, I'm not going to be inspired by it at all, really, unless it's just this crazy concept, but probably not.
Got it.
Like I need to hear this beat and this guitar lick and go like, okay, that sounds like a hit and that feels like something I love and that feels like me. It's not too happy, but it's not sad, but it's a little sad, more leaning sad. You know, like I need to feel this vibe, and then I start kind of humming things out and kind of like feeling it, and then like the emotion starts coming, and then we start working on lyrics and stuff like that. But I write a lot of the melodies. Like that's kind of my gifting in the room is the melodies. Like melodies are the most important thing to me. If I had to choose anything else over another thing, melodies over lyrics, but I want the lyrics to be really good too. Yeah. And like the vowels, I'm starting to sound crazy, but like the vowel sounds on certain melodies matter to me. The way they mirror and like the math of it like matters to me.
That's fascinating to me.
Like it's got to be, and how it sounds. So like on this album, like I'm there with Lindsay Rhymes the whole time, going like, okay, there's not enough delay on this vocal right here. Let's do another stack of doubles. So I'm going to sing the chorus 2 or 3 times. We're going to put those together. They need to be spread out just a little bit more. And then it definitely needs a harmony just on these one words right here. And yeah, like I'm just very like really particular. And then like we'll go in and record the vocals, and like every word matters to me. Like I'll go line by line by line by line. And I'm like, even like the little crack of the, like that has to be perfect. Like I know it's kind of crazy, but
no, it sounds precise to me.
I'm really surgical. Like on everything.